Greetings, dear one. This is Laura H. You're watching Beyond 7 for Curious Minds. In this video, I share with you what I've learned in the past years about money. I've always thought that paying attention to those people who talk about money and their revelations about money was kind of silly until I realized that I needed to get a different perspective, different subtleties, different meanings, different concepts about money. So what I've done in order to prepare this video, I listened to a series of talks from one of the gentlemen that I follow. His name is Hergane and he's a channeler. You can find his work on his website, The Wonders. And I also read Ken Honda's book, Happy Money. But in this video specifically, I wanted to share with you what I understand and what I've understood so far about what money is. And some of the concepts to me have been very, very subtle. I had to kind of let them sink in so that I can allow myself to change my point of view about money. I'm not going to make a list because I tried to compile 7 elements, but there's so many ideas that to me were new, and some of them weren't just new, but bringing them into my awareness was such a moment of revelation and expansion that I couldn't just stop at 7 points. So I'm just going to present these ideas, and I hope this video is interesting for you. I wanted to tell you that there are a lot of subtleties. If you're interested in subtleties, this video is for you. One of the things that was very hard for me to comprehend was the fact that money is energy. Like everything else that we are, money is energy. When I came across the saying money is energy, I felt like, well, this is too much, I don't understand. So the good news is, if money is energy, if we are energy, we should treat money as we treat anything else. The relationship that we have with money should be a beautiful, loving relationship as any other relationship. So that's the good news, because you know, when you have a bad relationship or a relationship that doesn't flow as you wish and as you think it should, you can always tweak it, you can always shift and create more flow and more love between you and that person with whom you have a relationship. So you can do, I could do, that was my lesson, I could do the same thing with money. So money is energy. Another thing that was very interesting for me was, if I wanted to understand my relationship with money, I had to look at my parents' relationship with money. I had to bring into my mind memories of how my mom would behave with her paycheck, how my father would respond when I asked for money, or what was his position in regards with money. Did we have money? Did we not have money? That was very revealing to me when I set myself down and I remember these patterns that my parents have. They still have them. They haven't worked on their patterns. The other good news is that when we observe these patterns and we uncover certain things, we can always shift them. We can always ask ourselves, hey, do I want to keep this pattern that I've learned and it's in my subconscious mind from my parents, or I can shift it, I can change it. Another concept that was very interesting to me was the fact that we have to choose money. And when we choose money, we also have to let money choose us. Again, money is energy, and we can develop a relationship with money as we have any other relationship with anybody else or any other object, animate or inanimate. Then it's okay to have money and at the same time be spiritual. I look around and I know people, I've met people who are very spiritual, very happy and joyful, and who have a good relationship with money. In other words, they do have money. And yeah, we can have money and be rich and have a good spiritual life at the same time. Another revelation was this: we value everything in comparison with ourselves. And at first I denied this because I thought, no, that's not necessarily true. And here is the explanation. Some of us, we know our value. If you are a business person and somebody asks you, hey, what's your value? You already know, or some business people know, hey, my value is 2 million or 5 million or $50 million or what have you. Some people have not ever put a value on their life, or they go a bit deeper and they say, no, I don't have a value. I can't express my value. I'm priceless. And that's also true. But think in terms of, and here is a very subtle thing, in terms of daily behavior. If you go somewhere and you have to purchase something, for instance, you want to buy a blouse, how do you approach, how do you decide to buy that blouse or any item? You look at the price, and you look at the value of that item and you think it's cheap or it's not cheap or it's expensive, right? But it's cheap in comparison with what? It's expensive in comparison with what? With your paycheck, with your allowance, with your bank account, with your net worth. So again, in order to decide in our head that an item is cheap or expensive, we've made a comparison, or there is an implicit comparison that our mind processes. Another concept that was very revealing. We have created an illusion that we are limited, and thus our value implicitly is a limited value. We can only be worth this much. Okay? So once we shift that mindset, I wonder what would happen. Then, this was also very interesting. I'm telling you, everything in this video has been a revelation to me, and I'm very happy that I can share this with you here. Some of them are subtle, some of them you may listen to them twice, or some of them will just be revealed to you later, but let them sink in. Let the subtlety of this sink in and get the answer from within you. Always question what you hear and always ask yourself, hey, how does this apply to me? This is my philosophy. It says this. I got this from the Wonders. If you want $3 million, never set your goal to be $3 million, because you will never achieve it. Because our mind is so set to never achieve a goal that's actually a limit, because in a way we are limitless. So by setting a limit, we kind of contradict ourselves and we'll never get there. That's why some people never get to that $1 million that they want to have, or that $100,000 that it's their first mark, right? But what we need to do in this situation is to accept the fact that we can go limitless ways and that we are unlimited, and then make a first step towards the first $1 million, or the first 10,000, or the first 500, or the first 100, okay? And then take that and go to the next level and to the next step, and so on and so forth. So the whole thing is how we perceive ourselves at the beginning of our journey, our quest for money. And in essence, shouldn't be a quest, because if we are convinced, if we know our worth, which is limitless, that's another concept. From the very beginning, we cannot really settle to 3 million, right? Because if you know that you are worth a lot, and a lot cannot be put into words, then would you settle for $1 million? No. That's why some people never achieve their money goals, because they can just settle. They create this dichotomy. It's a duality. It's like a fight within ourselves. Like, oh my God, yeah, I want 1 million, but you know, I know I'm worth much more than 1 million, and it's always this kind of a fight. Like, yeah, 1 million, no. So never set a goal. Just keep going and keep accepting that you are limitless, and see what happens. The next concept was your worth doesn't have a number. Accept that you are limitless and go with the flow. In the moment, we have everything that we need. Now, I don't know about you, but when it comes to me, I know I have some work to do on this concept. It seems a bit very untrue to me, so I'm still trying to uncover, okay, I know for a fact that I have a lot of you know, that I'm limitless, that there is a lot that can happen in a moment, if you want to put it that way. But do I really choose based on that knowledge? And I know for a fact that I don't. Another interesting idea that I derived from my readings and studies on money was that everything I know about money, all my mindsets, what I've learned from my parents, from society, from my past experience, everything can be changed. Yay! Another thing is that the energy of our money can be blocked by our belief systems and by the emotions that we have in relationships with money. So if somebody has a money block, if money doesn't come to that person as that person wishes, or if, let's say, some people live from paycheck to paycheck, there is a block. We deserve so much more than we actually think we do. So there's one thing that I would like to conclude with for this video. We value everything in comparison with ourselves. So the question is, do we know our worth? Some will say, yes, I know my worth is, let's say, $1 million, you know, a house, a car, and a bank account, or my family. Some don't go to specific money value, but we're talking about money in this video. So if you were to ask yourself, what is my worth? Do you know the answer? When I first asked myself this question, what is my worth? I was very conflicted. And of course, because the conflict is, should I say it in dollars? Should I say it in assets? Should I say it in qualities? Because if I am to say it in money, I can say, yeah, I'm worth this much, but do I have that kind of money in my bank account? At a deeper level, and you know, I talk to my subconscious mind. There is a video on how to talk to your subconscious mind. Dear subconscious mind, show me my worth. And then I started paying attention, okay, the following day, and I did this until it was clear to me what the answer was. I have a small forest next to where I live, and while I was walking, the message was, the answer to my question was, this is my worth. This is my worth. That was my worth. That walk in that forest, and the forest itself, and the fact that those things were available to me. Another bit of the answer came up to me, and I realized that, as a matter of fact, I can't really put a number on my worth, because my worth isn't just about the money. And I shouldn't limit my own self to just money, or to a number, or to a bank account, or to a car, or to a person, or to a role in my life. I hope you will uncover a lot of meaning in this video. There are a lot of subtle things that I shared with you today. I'm glad that you're here. Please subscribe. If you haven't done so, feel free to share this video. Help me grow this community. Ciao for now.